According to UNICEF, millions of children are impacted by human trafficking. Moody Bible Institute in Chicago has dedicated an entire major to combating the problem. Joining me to talk about it today is Dr. Pamela MacRae.
There are estimates of 21 million people, men and women, boys and girls, who are enslaved by someone else. But about 4.5 million of them are in commercial sexual exploitation, and predominantly women and young girls are the ones who are most in that category.
And Moody has dedicated an entire major to dealing with this issue. What is it called?
It's called Ministry to Victims of Sexual Exploitation. So this major was brought about when students started to talk about how interested they were in the issues of sexual exploitation, and as a faculty we began to think about how can we train our students. Should we have just a class or an elective that would be useful for our students? But as we talked about, we thought, well, let's have a whole major. This is such an intense topic.
What are some of the classes that they take?
We start with a basic introduction to sexual exploitation, not only in our own neighborhood, in our state, in our country, but in the whole world. They talk about issues related to sexual abuse. They have a class called Race, Poverty, and Social Justice, where they look at the issues of sexual exploitation, but also by issues of race and gender. Moody has a unique element to their education. They have to do a ministry activity every week, and so students would find organizations in the Chicagoland area. This major requires a 6-month internship, and students find organizations all around the world to go and learn and actually be a part of addressing the needs of the residents of the program and learn skills that way.
Well, when we think of the commercial sex trade, we think of other countries, but I would imagine there is a need for your students here in the United States as well.
I don't know of any community that does not have this problem. Most cities that have airports, I go up and down the highway and you see a truck stop, or you see different massage parlors or places where sexual exploitation is happening all the time. So we used to think of it as being an issue in Thailand or Cambodia, but it's everywhere.
Dr. MacRae, what are the telltale signs that someone is being sexually exploited?
You know, it's hard to tell because it's such a secretive endeavor. If you're in a situation where you see a woman or a girl who looks skittish or who is transient, who doesn't want to give you her name, those are some of the clues, but this really needs to be something that you notice in relationship with people. We don't always notice signs that seem suspicious to us until after it happens, so I would say for people who are looking, notice, and then the next time maybe you'll know what to look for.
And for someone who has been a victim of sexual exploitation, what do you say to them?
I say that you have to realize that you're not alone. It's not uncommon. It's not weird. Please get help. We work very closely with the police, the FBI, and the Sheriff's Department, and all are able to address and have victim specialists that are able to address the needs of a victim